The Premier League is approaching, its final end, and then some clubs have like, let's say, 10 to maximum 12 games to play, and then we have two spots left in the Champions League, and the race for the two spots. Have you checked the table? Look at the table. The race for these two spots, now massive race. Liverpool and Arsenal have established a significant lead. With Liverpool trashing Southampton 3-1, extends their point gap over Arsenal by 16 points, though Arsenal has 2 games at hand. Now this leaves a fierce battle among several clubs. Nottingham Forest, some will say Nottingham Forest go qualify. Come on there. Nottingham Forest, they fight for the remaining top 2. Man City, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Fulham. Those are the clubs that are vying for the remaining 2 spots, in the Champions League. Now let's take a look at Man City. So what are Man City's chances of finishing in the top 4? If they had told you that Pep Guardiola and Man City will be 23 points behind league leaders, would you have accepted? Would you believe? That's the fact. That's the reality on ground now. 23 points behind league leaders, which cannot and can never be recovered. It can be recovered. Nottingham Forest today even heaped more pressure on Man City, trashing them by a long goal, courtesy of Hudson-Odoi. Now, to secure a top 4 finish, Guardiola must ensure that his players are doing the right thing. His defense is solid, and in their next 10 games, they have 3 key games that very possible Man City, could drop points, which include a trip to Old Trafford, Everton visiting them, and Aston Villa. Aston Villa under Emery too wants to qualify. So these 3 games, Man City might likely drop point. So at the end of the day, if you see Man City playing in the Europa League, don't get surprised. It's how their season have been all this while. So let's wait and see what happens. Now on to Chelsea. Chelsea's season has been a mix of good results and bad results, despite having a strong squad. Maresca have not been able to build momentum, going like 5 games, without losing, 10 games without losing, 15 games unbeaten. Maresca have not been able to build good momentum. It has been on and off. And if you check Chelsea's running to the end of the season, Chelsea have the hardest running, which include facing Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United, and Chelsea's last game, Nottingham Forest. With the absence of a striker, Chelsea might likely struggle to make a top 4 finish, especially games against Nottingham Forest, which is the last game, which might, at times, last games could likely decide, so many things. Maresca must ensure that Chelsea does not come back to play the Conference League again by finishing anything lower than, let's say, 4 or 5. Is unacceptable. So, but as it stands, Chelsea have the hardest running when it comes to making top 4. Now, let's go to Nottingham Forest. Beating Man City today showed that Nottingham Forest is ambitious about playing the Champions League. They have 2 key games, 2 against Chelsea and against United. The rest games, I feel, with their resilience today against Man City, their rest games, they could win it. So it promises to be a serious battle for the remaining top 2 spots to qualify for the Champions League. Let's wait and see. Stay tuned.